Nope. Nope, you got me, Tank Man. I concede defeat. Yeah, it's fine. You've earned this one. Hey guys, and welcome to GT Not Live, where I am here to be on the couch, alone, with my own thoughts, and just relax for a little bit, jam out to some music, and also do some lore research here. So, first and foremost, we did Friday Night Funkin' here. It was actually one of Stephanie's last pre-recorded live streams that we did here on the channel, and it was a bit chaotic. If these were more edited, I would flash over to some of the select scenes of me having a grand old time on that Friday Night Funkin' episode. But basically, we had my good friend Ryder, Foot of a Ferret, and that's his channel, in to film with us, to hang out with us personally. And so he was on the couch, Steph was on the couch, and we were playing a rhythm-based game where, hey, it helps to hear the music. So that wasn't a whole lot of fun when the two of them thought it would be funny to troll me the entire time and just talk over everything. So, cool. So since that first episode, I've been meaning to go back into the game and actually, like, appreciate it, actually hop around, play the game like it's meant to be played, maybe try to get good at the game, because I do like DDR games. I'm used to DDR on my feet rather than DDR with my fingers, so, you know, the finger-based games are still a little bit new territory for me. Recognizing patterns and being able to execute them with my feet, funny enough, is something that I'm a little bit more comfortable with, which is crazy, but hey, Friday Night Funkin' gives me a chance to kind of practice my finger rhythm, which is cool. So first off, it's nice to be alone on the couch, playing Friday Night Funkin', being able to kind of re-experience this game. Don't worry, Gigachu, I'm alone in terms of other living, breathing creatures, but I'm not ever alone when you guys are here, when I'm surrounded by giant yellow plushed rabbits. Oh my gosh, I'm surrounded by golden bunnies! Have I subconsciously invited this to myself? Am I actually in the world of, like, are you golden bunnies in disguise? Sorry. I can't escape. I can't escape Friday Nights at Freddy's. Five Nights at Freddy's. These two games have such similar names in my head. Friday Night Funkin', Five Nights at Freddy's. There's too many F's. F's in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Put your F's in the chat for today's stream. So first and foremost, I just wanted to revisit the game for that reason. Also, in the chaos that was that episode, we actually forgot to credit the mod creators who did the Five Nights at Freddy's mods for Friday Night Funkin'. So the Lunar27 and Mazio, I believe, those links are down in the description, where you can download some really cool skins that the creator community has made to overlay certain battles in this game, where they take, you know, really cool artwork that they've done and put them over top of the existing songs and existing battles in the game. So you can do, like, Five Nights at Freddy's battle against Michael Afton, Purple Guy, you know, Sans and Ness, things like Sans and Ness. It's a special day, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, Lunar27, as well as Mazio, thank you guys, and to the rest of the, like, Friday Night Funkin' fan community for doing such cool things to expand the life of this game, continue the hype for it, and, you know, at this point, Friday Night Funkin' has had a Kickstarter, it's raised $2 million, this thing is going to be a massive game in its own right, which is really exciting. So I best train up. So those are two of the reasons why I'm back to revisiting Friday Night. But the other reason is to talk to you about lore, friends. Because yes, there is lore in this game, and I want to kind of, like, talk you through some of the thoughts that I've had, some of the things that I found. Because at the end of this week, I am hoping / planning on there being a Friday Night Funkin' lore video, because I think there's a lot more here hidden than anyone thinks or expects, right? You see a DDR-style rhythm game, right? And you're not like, deep lore, story mode, like, no one cares, right? And even playing through the story mode, or kind of whatever rough form it is in this kind of temporary version of the game, it's still, there's still not like a lot to it, right? There's a lot of, it just feels random, right? You're just hopping from location to location. There doesn't seem to be a consistent through line, except for like boy tries to woo girl and, get lucky on a Friday night. And when he fails a battle, his family jewels turn blue and fall off. As you do. But there's actually more here, and as I've looked into the developer tweets, as I've looked into the details of like song lyrics from the Lemon Demon, things like that, I think I'm starting to get a sense of what the lore is. So in anticipation of the game theory that's happening at the end of this week, I thought I'd pop into a couple songs, just play through them better. I think last time I did normal. I'm going to try hard mode. I think I've played through half the songs on hard once. So don't expect any sort of great gameplay. Like I said, there's got to be a way that you could hook this up to the dance pad, right? I have my dance pad in the other room. I feel like I would be better at this game on a dance pad. But anyway, we're going to hop through this. We're going to play these songs, select songs, talk through some of the lore, and that'll be it. Just because I've wanted to redeem myself, this channel, this stream, after what was, in my opinion, kind of like a frustrating upload. Like, I think we were all on different pages about what made that one funny or what would make that one interesting. And so I wanted to amend for the sins of the past, ladies and gentlemen. So without any further ado, let's hop into Friday Night Funkin'. Never forget to pray to God. There you go. Look at that. Friday Night Funkin'. So we are going back to just like unmodded, basic stuff here. So I'm gonna hop around. Like I said, you can see based on my personal best score here that I haven't played through any of these. I played through hard mode, like I said, on a couple of these. I did Daddy. I did a couple of these beginner ones. So as we get deeper into the song roster, forgive me if they get a little bit rough. But let's just hop through it. We'll maybe do one song from each. Maybe for Senpai, I'll hop through the story mode because I think the story mode of Senpai is particularly interesting. Should I start with that? I don't even know. Like, everyone knows this song. It's not even worth it. Maybe it'll get me warmed up to the idea of like having to talk and play this, because that is one thing. Even though I've played a couple of the songs a little bit, I have not actually had to talk while doing it. And I also want to find like the proper balance to, hey, let's listen to the music. So first lore bit, right, that I didn't know until I started digging into the deep stuff. But in one of the initial trailers, in the earliest versions of the game, and kind of like when it was first released, is the fact that Daddy Dearest here is a former rock star, and that Mommy Nearest, which is her canon name, the girlfriend's mom, that she is a current pop star, which is why they're so musically inclined, why we're doing this on a stage, things like that. Which is interesting and kind of helps you understand, like, oh, why this would actually be exciting for, why you would win over someone with just some simple music. That's so easy. Why did I even bother? Why did I even bother? Just to show that I could do it, maybe. Also, fun fact that I stumbled across while I was doing this, doing some research, is that apparently the dad doesn't drink anything. The mom, Mommy Nearest, actually drinks White Claw, the beverage, but the dad doesn't drink anything, which is really random. We want to do spooky, like, so in order, right? You're supposed to do the daddy, and then week 2 gets skipped. Week 2 is supposed to happen after. Okay, so the way it goes, right, is Daddy is your best daddy. He's like mad and he feels humiliated, right? Which is when he sends in Pico. And Pico is from the game Pico School, Pico Sim Day. Like, he's a standby of the Newgrounds stuff, which I gotta admit is really cool to see. But it's good to see the Newgrounds stuff coming in and getting some recognition. I don't know how popular Newgrounds is with kids now. The kids nowadays, but Newgrounds was like my college. I was old, right? But like my college years, like late high school, early college years. Sorry, I gotta focus on this. There we go. So I don't know if people still go there to play games and watch videos and stuff, but it was like so formative and had so many creators on it. Like obviously I knew Aaron Hansen, the Game Grump, was on there. Like that was one of his early places. But I didn't realize that like Video Game Donkey started doing content on Newgrounds back in the day. It's always fun to see where people come from. I wish there was more of those sorts of things in the world. Those sorts of blogs and places where people can kind of get their start nowadays, because back when I was getting started, there was ScrewAttack.com, there was the Punk Effect, which I think still exists. ScrewAttack's been kind of phased away largely. You know, there was Newgrounds, and those places have kind of like thinned out as the internet has kind of formalized. So it's cool to kind of celebrate one of the ones that's still around. And obviously Pico was one of the main characters. I haven't done this one on hard, so this is gonna be a hot mess probably. But Pico was one of the main characters of Newgrounds stuff, and just showed up in a lot of works. Okay, this is fast. There we go. But apparently, again, as I'm doing research, Pico does have like people suspected like, oh, maybe he has a romantic relationship with girlfriend, or he has a romantic relationship with one of them. He's an ex. He's a jealous ex, and that's true. And it's true, that's been confirmed, but it's not with girlfriend, it's actually with boyfriend. Yeah, there we go. I got excited and then all of a sudden I like lose focus towards the end here. Yeah, there we go, good flow. Right, these sorts of runs are the things that I love in DDR. Fingers a little bit trickier. Oh, hi. There it is. Yikes. Luckily, the progress bar is generous. But yeah, so in an April Fool's joke, they did a re-release of Pico School. But in Pico School, they did this re-release for April Fool's Day, where at the end of it, you kind of save the day using the power of love, and Pico's like, no, people, you can't destroy the school, you can't destroy the world, love still exists here on Earth, and out walks boyfriend, and he's like, oh, this is my boyfriend. And it's one of those things that you would think, like, oh, that was just for the memes, right? That was just for being funny, or just for the joke of it, because it was an April Fool's joke and this and that. It's not. The developers of Friday Night Funkin' have actually come out and said, like, and I have the quote in the actual episode of Game Theory, where they were on a Twitch stream and they said, no, that's not for the memes. Boyfriend and Pico did have a romantic relationship at some point, but they broke up. So that's why Daddy, who hires Pico as a hitman to take out boyfriend, because he's so humiliated after that first battle, Pico doesn't end up following through with the hit, because he's like, oh, this is my, my former romantic partner, which is kind of funny. I think that's pretty interesting. This one's hard on hard. I've done this one once, and towards the end. This is one of my favorite tracks, though, so I kind of want to hop here. But again, like, but to the idea of like, hey, she's a pop star. Hold it down, buddy. The fact that you're riding on the limo. But yeah, the fact that you're riding on a limo actually has canonical significance because she is, you know, the family's rich. They're rich, they're pop stars, and so that's why you're traveling on this. Here we go. The backup dancers too, canonically, in the final release of the game, I would predict they're gonna die. They're gonna get hit by a light pole. That's my prediction. Because if you look at unused sprites, you see them break apart. There's an unused sprite of girlfriend ducking. There's also an unused sprite of a light pole. But the weird thing, shoot, that was bad. Ooh, bad, rough. I love this song, it's so good. I love the harmonies of that one, actually. I think that's my favorite song because that's one of the ones where you actually sing together. The harmonies are really cool, they're really tight. Let me do another one of hers, which is also gonna be rough, because I haven't done it since that first live stream. So I've been kind of popping in and out of the songs. The henchmen back there are super important to the lore, I think. This is my prediction, this is my theory. But according to the canon, they're grown in bottles. According to my research. They're grown in bottles, right? And that seems like a random arbitrary fact, but it's something that I think is going to play out in the final story mode. Nice, that was not bad. Not bad for sight reading. I place a lot of value on being able to sight read video games. You know you're really good with a video game when you're able to sight read it. That's what I call it. Like, just thrown into it with minimal practice and be able to execute on it. Like platforming, I take a lot of pride in that. Look at these rhythms. Nope, rough, okay. Look at these rhythms, sorry. I gotta feel this one out now. I'll talk about henchmen born in bottles in a second. See, when you focus and not talk over it, makes a big difference. I love the bomb songs. Ooh, okay. Lost that one a little bit. Got back on the end. Great. So henchmen born in bottles, right? Seems like an arbitrary fact, seems like a weird detail to include. Like, why would that matter at all? I actually think it ties in with the monster, right? So the monster in the Winter Horrorland song here has a line about being born out of your flesh. This idea that he's kind of like grown or born. And when you hop into... So this is where we get into theory territory, right? And this is where I get excited about kind of the conclusions and like pieces that I've been able to put together for this one. But one of the weirdest things to me about the game, even when I was playing it the first time, live, raw reactions, trying to like block out Ryder and Steph talking behind me, is this scene, right? They're in the mall, they're holding Santa hostage for some reason, and you're like, why? And my prediction is that in the final game, that's actually the lemon demon. I think that is the monster in disguise. And I know I'm calling him the lemon demon even though he's not officially the lemon, like he's not supposed to be a lemon, but it's a good name for him. Yeah, so I predict that these monsters, that the henchman and the lemon demon are kind of related to each other, that they're able to be created, and they are being created by daddy and mommy for some reason. Maybe as backup dancers and their like soul experiments backfired or something. And they created the monster, like they create these henchmen, but the monster came off as like a failed experiment. And I'm thinking that I'm thinking that the Lemon Demon is that Santa, or like one of his henchmen, because you can see the Lemon Demon in the background here on that upper balcony. So it might not be exactly him, but it could be like one of his offspring or shape-shifting. Oh, yeah, this part. No. But that's why I think they're, because like why else would they be attacking a mall Santa? It feels so random and arbitrary, right? It feels super arbitrary, right? Like, why would they do this? Why would they hop in here? What's the story? And the thing that makes sense is, okay, we have henchmen who are grown out of bottles, right? There's some sort of like flesh or soul experiments going on that mommy and daddy are doing to grow their henchmen, make these things possible. And we know that there's a character in Monster who is able to shapeshift, who in Unused Sprites kind of grows out of a pumpkin, and you see his kind of like his eyes and mouth take shape into his lemon head. He's just kind of this black blob that forms out of a pumpkin in these Unused Sprites. And so the henchman and the Lemon Demon seem connected to me in some way, and it tells me that they're shapeshifters. The other things that's worth mentioning about that is, in a deleted tweet, they also say that the Lemon Demon can alter perception, it can alter reality for the people around him, right? Which is why the mall changes, why it suddenly becomes dark, why people disappear. And so that's the other thing, right? I think like if he can change reality, if he can shapeshift, and creatures like him can do this, I think that he is Santa, and mommy and daddy are trying to like fight back against this creation that they've unleashed, or is trying to get them. Because remember, his song here, in lyrically, he doesn't care about boyfriend. What he cares about, slower than you think. He doesn't care about boyfriend. He cares about eating and killing girlfriend, right? There's that your meat line. But he wants to take out the family, not boyfriend. Which means he's got a vendetta against them. Which again, like, if they're doing soul experiments or creating creatures out of nothing or human flesh or something, that's probably why he's like a rampaging monster. The other thing, I like this song's great. The lyrics are crazy. Like, not too many songs can work the word vivisect. But there's been a lot of deleted information now that this game's getting a full release. Like, a lot of tweets have been deleted to kind of like, I think, hide what's coming up in the final. And so if you go back to the story mode, between songs 2 and 3 of this Christmas section, what is this, week 6, week 5? What is this, 2, 3, 4, week 5. Yeah, between songs 2 and 3 of week 5, they don't actually show you how the transition happens between Santa and the hostage situation versus the monster just appearing in the mall, everything changing. I think they're hiding the fact that Santa is transforming or kind of like de-disguising into the monster. Maybe there's an army of these yellow lemon demons or something like that. But I think they're hiding that transition, which then leads you to song 3. And the reason why I bring a lot of that up is because it also coincides with the Senpai stuff, right? So let's hop over to the actual story mode for this one, because I'd like to see the actual cutscenes here. I've not done any of these on hard, so we'll see how these songs go. I think this is really interesting. So so the lore here, right, and again, the weird transition that happens stylistically is like, oh, you're dropped into girlfriend's video game, right? And the working theory, kind of the theory that the internet has kind of adopted for this one is, oh, this is daddy being able to put you into the video game in order to punish you or to play a trick on you or something like that. And that could be, like I said, if he's doing experiments and stuff like that, that's very possible. I think in an interesting twist, like maybe because boyfriend and girlfriend step in to be like, hey, why are you holding Mall Santa hostage? Like, what's going on here? And then he turns into a monster. Like, that could be daddy being like, you idiots, you stopped me from killing this monster. I'm going to punish you. I'm going to, like, get rid of you. I'm going to clap back at you by putting you in this video game. I could see that, and that could work as a theory. The other thing that's possible, though, right, is, again, if the lemon demon can alter reality, if he can alter your perceptions, I can also see this being the lemon demon's doing and altering your reality or putting you in this video game as punishment for attacking it. Like, maybe that battle in the mall ends with him throwing you into the video game. And the reason I say that one is because why would girlfriend be here, right? Like, it seems odd to me that Daddy Dearest, even if he was mad at boyfriend and girlfriend for interrupting him, attacking Mall Santa, attacking this demon in disguise at Christmas time, even if he was mad, I find it hard to believe, or at least, like, you'd have to, there are ways that you could do it, but it seems odd that girlfriend's included in the game, right? In the video game. Like, why would daddy kind of punish her too, or like throw her into this purgatory limbo state of like, now you're trapped in a video game, haha. But if it's Lemon Demon altering perception to like make you into this video game that girlfriend really likes, now all of a sudden that makes more sense to me of like, oh, that works just from a narrative standpoint. Anyway, the fair maiden has come in search of true love. A serenade between gentlemen shall decide where her beautiful heart shall reside. Beep-o-bop. Perfect. So anyway, that's my thought. I don't know. I think. There we go. Right? Because it's odd that she's here. Like, if this is a punishment or something like, hey, being trapped in a video game is a bad thing, why would she be here? Like, why would her dad do this to her? Like, clearly the dad loves his daughter. He's like, it's nice to actually re-experience all these songs. Even as I've been researching this game, I haven't been able to actually sit and really appreciate them. There we go. I love this aesthetic change, by the way. I love the art style of the rest of the game. Nice. Great. See, if only winning over the hearts and minds of people was boiled down to just a rap battle with just syllables, basic syllables, life would be so much simpler. But the other thing, nice. And this goes back to the sight reading. To clarify the sight reading stuff, like I think it's really cool when, and it shows your skill in games when you're able to just be dropped into things and using your skill set, like navigate your way through them. That's why to this day, one of my favorite types of speed runs during like GDQ, AGDQ, stuff like that is the Mario Maker relay races where they just create levels. There's teams, and you're just cycling through the levels to see who can beat them fastest, being dropped into them brand new for the first time, which is really cool. And same thing with this. I love watching streams of this or other people doing this game where they're just like, I'm just going to play this game right now, and first time, whatever. Like, that's really cool to witness. Not bad for an ugly worm, but this time I'll rip your nuts off right after your girlfriend does things to them. Oh yeah, well, bop, beep, boop, boop, skadoo, bap to you too, buddy. I love how the girls in the background change. Actually, how they start, like, losing. I don't remember the song at all, so I need to listen to this one. 1 second. Okay, there we go. There we go, nice. But yeah, this has been fun. I wanted to do... I wasn't gonna do anything with Friday Night Funkin', but then I started to just, I'm like... I wasn't gonna do a whole lot with it, because I'm like, there's nothing here. But, ooh, this is rough. Okay, I got focus. I think that's one of those ones that might have translated better to my feet. Because that was all like down third, down third, down third, down third. Okay, here we go. Ooh, not great. Not great on that one, Matt. That's fine. Yeah, that's one of those where you're like hanging on the back of the pad and you're like, oh, let me just hang out back here. And here's the twist. And again, this was one of those things that I was really bummed that we didn't really get to experience during the... I didn't even know that this existed until the chat called it out, until the comments called it out. Like, oh my gosh, by doing the mods, you actually missed out on all these like really creepy, really cool moments in the story mode where actual lore and stuff is being laid out. And it's not just William Afton turning into Purple Guy here. So thank you guys for making me aware of it. If it hadn't been for your comments calling it out, I wouldn't have known that this existed, first off. But here we go again. Direct contact with real humans after being trapped in here for so long. So the real humans line is really interesting. Is he a monster? Is he a soul? It's weird. This is a weird line, and this is one that I talk about a fair bit in the game theory. Because it implies that there are no other humans in this world. This video game world, whether it was created by Daddy Dearest or the Lemon Demon. It implies that there's no one else here. And her of all people, implying a backstory. I'll make her father pay for what he's done to me and all the others. So this is interesting, right? Is he a soul? And did Daddy Dearest trap him in this game? Or is he a monster, right? Because it's to me and all the others. On a first read, and just playing through the rhythm game, you're like, oh, Daddy, as the like main antagonist, has... you know, thrown all the, like, failed boyfriends into here, right? Into this, like, video game limbo. But at the same time, knowing that Daddy and Mommy are doing these experiments, doing these monster growing things with the henchmen, maybe with Lemon Demon, me and all the others could be referencing, like, I as a monster and all these other monsters. And so maybe Daddy, in his quest to kind of, like, tame or... claw back control over these kind of like rampaging monsters that he and Mommy have created, this was one of the solutions, right? He threw one into the game or whatever, or maybe he made this video game demon in the first place. To me, I know that Daddy has been said to be like a recurring character throughout the game and might be a recurring antagonist. To me, I think the bigger recurring villain is going to be the Lemon Demon, the lemon monster. Who's going to pop in at random times to try and, like, kill you, eat you, kill the family. In the final story mode, that's what I would predict. It seems like he's being set up as, like, the true antagonist until it's revealed. I predict in the final story, right, like, this demon keeps popping up and he's trying to eat us, and it's like, that's weird, why is that? And then the final reveal at the end is like, it was Daddy all along! He was the one who created this in the first place. If you connected the dots, you would have known that it was his experiments that brought these things to life. And the monsters are kind of justified in hating him and wanting to take revenge for him. That's my prediction for what the final lore or some element of the final lore in this game is going to be. I'll beat you and make you take my place, which implies that this is soul swapping. So again, going back to the idea that Santa Claus is a monster in disguise, lemon demon in disguise, or one of these horrific like spirit monsters. This line right here, I'll beat you and make you take my place. This is a world where like either body swapping can occur, or where he can transform, or maybe there is a soul for soul exchange rate here in the video game, which is interesting. But this is the line that sells it. You don't mind your bodies being borrowed. It's only fair. So again, bodies being borrowed shows you that souls, demons, whatever, can possess other creatures and go around in their skin suit, right? And so that's why I'm really solidly convinced that Santa Claus is one of these creatures in disguise, and that this guy's trying to do the same thing here to escape. But again, you don't think that a rhythm game would have that. Sorry, okay, let's listen to the music for a change. Shut up, Matt. I also love that this is just like the next iteration of the lo-fi trend that's been going around on YouTube. Nice, good flow. I'm glad I'm getting to see this again. Nice. Like I said, I haven't done these on hard yet. One extra note there at the end. I appreciate that the game kind of punishes you for doing too many notes. Great. Yeah. Not bad, not bad. Good one. Can you imagine a real rap battle going like this? Just people like bebopping, bowing at each other. Forget having to be like witty with your lyrics. Great. Suck on that, demon. You're not stealing my soul today. I got him. Great. So anyway, that's a lot of the lore stuff that I'm thinking about. That covers pretty much everything that I know I haven't talked about week 7, which is the Tank Man stuff. And that's the one that I'm still in the process of figuring out. You know, I haven't heard it. I haven't even actually. Let's try it. Let's try it. We're gonna have to censor this because I know that this one gets mature. I've seen some of the cutscenes here because again, that's what I'm studying is the cutscenes as I do this.
Well. What do we got here?
Love it. It's great to start seeing voice acting.
We should just kill you, but what the hell? It's been a boring day. Let's see what you got.
Yeah, so good. Whoa, wow. This is much faster than I expected. Great. Wow, I've watched videos, but I didn't realize it actually went this fast. I thought that was just because I watched videos on 2x speed at this point. Okay. Whew! All right. Nice. Okay. Oh man, this is rough. Nice. I'll take it. Nice. Yeah, there we go. This is great. This song is great. I love this. Yeah! Whew! Whew! Not bad. I will take that. For a first time, Sight reading it? Great. Take it. All
Pretty
day.
tight bars for a little dude who's simping over an ugly, boring little teenager that wears her mom's clothes.
Love it. That's great. So we know her dress is confirmed as her mom's. Great. So I do have some ideas on the Tank Man stuff and how it connects. There's a couple routes. It could be war against the monsters. These are, okay. Focus, Matt. Wow, rough, okay, rough. Oof, rough, okay. This is fast, this one's rough. I'm just not typing fast enough is the problem. Ooh, oh no, I'm gonna lose. Shoot. Oh god. Yeah, I'm gonna lose this one. Nope, you got me, Tank Man. I concede defeat. Yeah, it's fine. You've earned this one. I can't even find the like rhythm on that one. Oh, and there they are. There they are. There it is. No, I'll let this one slide because I just hopped into these at the end to play them myself. I actually haven't gotten a chance. So the Tank Man stuff could tie in a couple ways, right? I think one, it could be tied in with this battle against the monsters. Two, it could be tied to video games themselves, right? So one of the interesting things here is the fact that you can kind of like that either Lemon Demon or Daddy can either pull you out of video games or pull you into video games, shows that this is a world where like video game crossovers can happen, right? So maybe there's and we know that there's going to be new Newgrounds characters kind of entering this world. So there is a possibility, right, of like, Tank Man literally from Newgrounds being pulled out or us being thrown into the website of Newgrounds as well. That could very well be like, that's how we're starting. Hey, this chapter showed that like video game crossovers, media crossovers are a thing and canonically can happen as reality shifts around you. So now we're doing like a greatest hits of you being thrust into these three worlds in order to kind of find a way to eject yourself on the other side, right? I could definitely see that being a thing, right? You see that a lot of times in like Escape, you're trapped in a TV and you have to hop from channel to channel, channel surf to get your way out of it, stuff like that. So that's some of the rough ideas for the Tank Man stuff. I haven't like thought too much through that section. Our game theory really kind of stops at week 6 right now because that's as much time the script had. I have like 2 pages of just random thoughts afterward, but I haven't really refined how they tie in. But yeah, so that's Friday Night Funkin'. That's me getting to kind of make amends for the last video that we did on this. Getting to play a little bit more the way that I would like to play, a little bit smoother, letting the music come in, sight read it a little bit, and just have fun. It would be cool to find a DDR pad for this. I think that would be a lot of fun. I know I talked a lot about the lore while we were playing these songs. So hopefully it wasn't as distracting as Steph and Ryder behind me. I just wanted to kind of, I'm sure a lot of you people watching have seen numerous people online play through these songs. You probably listen to these songs while you study or whatever. So I wanted to deliver something different, which is just a different perspective on the game and to show that there is more here than first meets the eye, right? That there's actual lore story being told here that the devs are prepping for when the final release comes you know, whenever. But they raised $2 million, which is incredible. Congratulations to them on having such a tremendously successful Kickstarter. I can't wait to see what this thing has in store moving forward, and also what the fan community has. Because, like I said, you know, Lunar 27, Mazor. But people like them who are doing mods, doing reskins, doing their own maps. Like, I love, like Beat Saber has that same thing where all sorts of like fan created maps and stuff. I love it. I love that sort of community. So this is one of those games that I think is just going to carry on and really live and just do some really cool stuff moving forward. So anyway, thank you for giving me a second chance to play this game. Hopefully you're interested in the lore, because that's this week's game theory. I hope you enjoy it. I'm happy with it. I really like where it went. It surprised me how deep this rabbit hole goes. So I hope it surprises a lot of you out there too. So anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. And until then, that wasn't a stream, but it was a video for you. Thanks for watching.